ARMAFS recently released Peaches Honey from their parent company, Flavia. What does it look like? In other news you can use, I want to let you know that Estee Lauder recently just bought TOM.FORD, the company that makes the fragrances. So they just bought it for like $2 billion in April 2023. In May 2023, they hired a brand new guy who's the chairman and director of the cosmetics division. Why am I telling you this? Because there are rumors going around that the Alhambra line is by LATTAFA is going discontinued. However, on my Reddit groups and other different groups, they say this is fake news. Of course, that's how you get Reddits to go crazy in controversy and other things like that. So this is called Tobacco Touch. It's supposed to be a clone of Tobacco Vanille. In my studies of this whole news you can use about Estee Lauder and TOM.FORD, I would suggest, Mr. New Chairman, that you go after those who reproduce the real counterfeits. They actually take the bottle and counterfeit the item and put fake batch codes on it. Those are the ones you need to go after, because Alhambra, at least they have a decent fragrance that lasts. So here you have Tobacco Touch by Alhambra, which I bought on Amazon just the other day. It's plentifully available for $29 to $40. There's no sight or sound of any of these fragrances falling off market. Sometimes, unfortunately, these kinds of news comes from websites that want to up level their sales and produce frantic, and it's called fear of loss selling. That's a trick, but you know, whatever. It is interesting to know, does TOM.FORD's company, are they going to go after them? So I called my friends at the New York Times, like you guys who live in New York. I called some of you. I go look through the paper, look in the Sun Times, look in the New York Times, look in the New Jersey papers and see, because Estee Lauder's headquarters are over there, and is there any information from a legitimate news source? And everyone said no. Then you have this Alhambra called Bright Peach. But funny enough, how I opened this video up, I told you Flavia, owned by ARMAFS, recently just released this fragrance called Peaches and Honey. So this fragrance smells like a real peach was squeezed onto you. It's kind of juvenile, and juvenile I mean very youthful. It's not bad, it's good actually. But if you are looking for something that's leaning more feminine a little bit, you would go for this. In June 2023, you can still buy plenty of these, and there's no end to it. Furthermore, I've got this guy, people think I'm a billionaire, so they send me emails. This guy from Dubai said he just bought 600,000 bottles of LATTAFA. The next fragrance I want to talk about is called Flavia Peaches Honey, which has peach, orange, jasmine, vanilla, and resins, making this more accurate to TOM.FORD Bitter Peach than this. And the longevity is good, and it's more masculine and more mature, let's say. I like the smell of it. I don't really like smelling like peaches and honey. That honey note in there mixed with the resins kind of gives it. Did you know that the real TOM.FORD Bitter Peach has cognac and rum in it? So it kind of gives it that flavor. Not exactly, because that cognac rum from TOM.FORD is to die for, and I personally love it. I had to sell the bottle because it cost me $300 for 50 ml. Now we go back to this. TOM.FORD has a new fragrance called Electric Cherry. $400 for 50 ml at Nordstrom's. It's available now. It's got cherry, ginger, and jasmine. And they also have the Lost Cherry, which the Alhambra company is saying that they're pulling off their fragrances and redesigning the bottle and boxes. I mean, me personally, I can't bite that $300 price tag for something that smells so good, but you can buy something that smells very similar to it for $30. This bitter almond liquor cherry is the real TOM.FORD Lost Cherry. I used to love that fragrance. I would spray it like crazy. It wouldn't sell good. I tried to sell some on eBay. I tried to sell it. I had to sell it for like a loss. And then Flavia came out just the other day with this one called Cherry Lust, which has black currant, jasmine, and cherry. And this is fire. If you like cherry fragrances like Lost Cherry, you're gonna love this. Oh yeah, and it lasts long. Now, if you want to watch a Tom Ford video that has 30 titles and 30 clones, click right here. If you want to watch Tom Ford Ombre Leather versus Jour Sauvage out in the streets, click here.